I don't think I have ever been this tired of dating. And I'm going to try to get through this without crying, although I can guarantee you there's going to be tears. What happened to trying to build, meeting somebody and connecting and having that chemistry and wanting to build something with that person?
I don't love the filming yourself crying.
I think I don't care about that.
Yeah, well, you would...
because I would do it.
And I'm not knocking open relationships either, because I've been kicked out of a couple and they're fine.
I think that you should be able to laugh at yourself. If I was that guy, I would laugh at his video because it's funny.
I've been kicked out of a few open relationships.
It's so funny because you know it's true.
Hey guys, welcome back to Normal Gays, where we take on insanity. I'm Brad Polumbo here with Clarkson, Lawson.
What's up, guys? Brad has been on a flight this morning, so he's probably going to be grumpy.
If I'm a cranky
yeah,
it's because I got up at like 4 a.m. and got on a flight.
We've been walking on eggshells setting up for this. We're not trying to trigger him. So, yeah. But
Sorry.
I don't know what we're talking about. Normally,
we're gonna do the one that you discovered first. Your gay Twitter
dating
drama.
One?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you have strong feelings about this subject?
I wouldn't say like strong feelings, but I feel like a lot of it is just a bunch of jealous, ugly.
Oh, so not strong feelings at all.
No. I feel like pretty lukewarm.
So wait, why don't you give the like TLDR?
Okay.
And then I'll play the videos. But
so basically, there's like this trend in.
How did you find this? On Twitter?
Yeah, that's where all gay conversations are happening. I don't know what your Twitter looks like. His is a lot more political than mine.
Mine is like actual news and information.
Yeah,
but also lots of racist slop.
Yeah, I've outgrown that phase of my life. So now I just focus on gay. No, this is about gay dating. So basically, there's a trend, not a trend, but like every once in a while, there's a hot, like conventionally attractive gay guy.
Conventionally attractive lesbian?
Yeah, but actually conventionally attractive, who gets online and complains about how hard it is to date in the gay community.
I mean, it is rough.
It's very hard, specifically if you want monogamy, if you want more like heteronormative type of dating stuff. And then if they cry, they kind of become like the laughing stock of the people who are like, you're hot, you shouldn't have a problem dating, or like, you just want attention, you're
like that one.
Who?
One dude who's always complaining about Grindr and white men.
He made a video about this guy too.
Of course he did.
Yeah. So this guy that we're gonna show a video of I guess he was really upset, had an experience happen with dating, and decided to post his thoughts on TikTok.
Which, narrator, never do it. Never.
No, I say do it.
If you're going to make like a career chasing clout or something, or clicks, but if you're just a rando, don't put yourself out there on the internet. All that can happen is you'll get bullied.
Well, yeah, but that comes with being, if you want virality.
Which normal people don't really want.
I beg to differ. I think everybody wants to be famous.
No.
But some people just aren't scared of it.
You have to put on your mic if you want to talk, Mr. Producer.
I guess there's some. He doesn't want to, but most people, I think, on social media want to get attention. But anyways, let's play the clip.
Okay, let's watch. He's just giving the move along hand gestures. I think people like the yap.
The app?
The yap. When we just
yap. Yeah, some people do. Some people hate it.
They're like, get to the topic.
Get to the point, guys. I'm like, this is like the whole point is to hear us talk.
No.
Or do you just let's just play the TikTok reactions like the crazy, like,
non-binary
people and just say nothing.
Have you ever, I used to go to this place, now a total tangent, to get my haircut, where they would have these like slop channels on the TV where it would just be like social media videos of pets on repeat doing cute things or like crazy acts. It's like the ultimate brain rot. That's what people want. They want us to be Coco Melon for adults.
And I think they want us to be libs of TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
where we say nothing and we just
STEM
post
version.
It. Yeah.
Watch non-binary.
Yep. Watch the girl with the unibrow.
Which honestly, that is us.
That is a lot of them.
That is us every
but like
we
have to share our thoughts. I don't know. Anyways,
all right, let's watch.
Play the movie. Yeah, play. You know that? It's from Shrek. You know what I'm talking about.
What the This is 4 minutes long?
We don't have to watch the whole thing. You think I haven't watched the whole thing? You think I watched the video for 4 minutes?
Publicly.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
not yet.
Not yet.
Now
okay.
I am.
I think I'm the only one who watched the whole thing.
You watched the whole thing?
Yeah.
When?
When he sent it.
Oh.
Well,
yeah, he was making commentary. I'm like, I didn't even know he said that. I didn't watch it.
Well, we might be able to watch the whole thing.
Maybe. All right.
Okay, so the guy's on our screen now. We're waiting.
He's cute. Okay, do we think he's cute?
Yes. Very
He's
attractive.
conventionally
He's very
attractive.
your type.
Yeah.
He's very your type, though.
Yeah, he
The
is.
bearded, broad, but he looks white, though. Is he
He's
not white?
I don't know his like.
Because you like
23.
a little bit
you
of.
act like I can
You like a
assess
little bit of
someone's
DEI with your
23
dick
and me.
appointments.
Not really. No, I just like them to have dark features, so they don't compete with me.
AKA.
Yeah, but I don't know his 23 and me. But I would say he's maybe like he looks a little Jewish, maybe like Israeli.
Okay.
I don't know.
That would be a switch up for you.
Would it?
Going from a Muslim to an Israeli?
I've done both.
Yeah. Oh,
I am very diverse.
Some girls do both.
Some girls do both, and I believe in equality, and I think that we can learn from different perspectives.
The key to peace in the Middle East is passing around Clarkson.
Is me. I am peace in the Middle East. All right, play the video.
Okay.
I don't think I have ever been this tired of dating. And I'm going to try to get through this without crying, although I can guarantee you there's going to be tears. The past
as you're crying.
month or two, I have been in 2 situations with guys that have left me completely depleted, exhausted.
Interesting choice of
and
words.
Tired. I'm so tired. I'm tired of the apps. I'm tired of putting myself out there. I am tired of being vulnerable. I am tired of getting my hopes up. Like, when is enough in our community, in dating in particular? When is enough? We're like in this warped world now where we're always wanting more, always wanting the next best thing, downloading the apps, messaging 100 people a day, like doing Instagram, all these things. Like, it's got to stop. When's enough? And then you meet someone, right, from the apps or from wherever, and you think it's going so well. You're like, things are good. Like, things are so good. It's always almost. You know, even the ones in relationships, they're not happy either. You know, most of them aren't happy. And I'm not knocking open relationships, but to assume that you have one fracture in your relationship and now you have to be open, that's the only way to survive. Or when I hear that other couples are saying to their partners, you know, there's a problem, we have to be open or else. What happened to trying to build, meeting somebody and connecting and having that chemistry and wanting to build something with that person? Gone are the times. Those days are over. And I try so hard to come on here and be positive.
We can watch more, but I feel like so far he's preaching your language.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. And I feel like
I don't love the filming yourself crying.
I think
and
I don't
uploading.
care about that.
Yeah. Well, you would.
Because I would do it.
Yeah.
The thing is like, I don't know. I feel like the whole purpose of social media is to be relatable.
But it's performative.
I don't think it's performative if you're actually upset and you want to share. I think it's different. The problem I have is that he has an internal problem with dating, and he's now making it like a whole community thing.
People do extrapolate their experiences a lot.
And then, you know, generalize a whole community, which I think that's like maybe what you shouldn't do. But if you're upset, like, I get on social media when I'm happy. Why can't I get on social media when I'm upset? It's all relatable. And if the whole point is to share parts of yourself, like, I would want my followers to know if there's something I'm upset about, or maybe something they can relate to and learn from. So I don't have a problem with the crying.
I don't understand what are people like outraged by
well,
this?
they're basically, I mean,
because white man,
because yeah,
white man bad.
White man, attractive man bad. You created these. The white man created
and
these.
who set that system up?
That's literally it.
No,
I'm not kidding.
Unironically,
like, white men set that system up, or they're gonna be like, oh, I know you were at a circuit party, like doing all the stuff that contributes
can we just
to this.
pause on how crazy that is? Because like, even if, first off, that's not true, that just only white men set the system up. But even if that were true, I didn't set it up.
I had nothing to do with it. Well, it's different if you were part of the culture that is being created that you're now complaining about, I guess. But even if you were, like, let's say that you used to be like that, and then now you're realizing that it's wrong. What's wrong with pointing that out? I don't know. So a lot of people are just saying that he's doing it for attention and that he's attractive. And if he really wanted to settle down, he should probably just change his type and stop going after the bad guys.
I mean, did you feel attacked by that?
I mean, yeah.
Because there's like a little truth to that.
There is truth, but it's like you can't really help if you're not attracted to like somebody, like you have a type.
yes, but I think some people make the mistake of looking and repeating the same patterns over and over again and not
Bitch,
learning from
stop
their
talking about
experiences.
me.
No, I'm talking about the guy in the
Yeah,
video.
okay. We literally, it's just crazy because like last week I was low key like this. Not that everything's fine, but like a little hiccup. And like Brad and I were having, like, I was acting like this guy. So now I clearly feel a lot of sympathy towards
Also,
him.
and that's only the parts they saw, not the parts we edited out.
Yeah. Well, and there's stuff that happened like in private conversations. But I don't know. I feel like it's entirely okay to be frustrated with dating if you're an attractive person.
Well,
Specifically,
why would it not be? Just
well,
because you're
because
hot
they're
doesn't make
saying you have
dating
more
easy.
options.
So it's still
But
hard.
the thing is like,
but also sometimes no, because sometimes people are intimidated by you. If
that
you're
is
hot.
true. And
At least that's
also,
my experience.
if you are dating within your like bracket of looks, I think if you're dating very hot men, they're more likely to not want to settle down because they have more options, because immaturity is a lot easier to be if you're hot and you just have a bunch of options in front of you. So like, I don't know, I feel like it might be a little bit harder, hot take, for hot men to be able to.
Oh, so the hots are the victims.
Yes.
So not
To be
pretty
able,
privilege, pretty oppression.
If they want to settle down and have monogamy and have this, I think specifically in the gay community, that is harder to find if you are in the higher bracket of like looks, because most of the guys they're men. They just want to around, and then they don't really want to settle until they're like 40.
I will say that also,
and that's not
it's
for
a little bit of a
everyone,
reflection as well, though, that like, for example, is he meeting guys on Grindr and then being shocked when they don't want to date him?
That's fair. But if the guy says, I want to date you.
Yeah, that's true. But there's a lot
because
of false advertising.
You will meet people on these apps to hook up, and then they'll say,
mislead, yeah.
like, I hook up. But then if I meet somebody, I'm like, well, I do want this. So now I'm looking at this connection differently, and I'm going to handle it differently. But I don't think a lot of men are able to do that. Or they'll just lie.
Yeah.
And say they want all of these things.
They really do be. You've had many men lie to you.
They're liars. Men are liars.
And
or
gay
they
men
just
are. The problem with gay men at the end of the day is they're just men.
They are men.
And the same issues with men are issues, and then there's two men, so it's exponentially multiplying.
And they don't have women that are like
to civilize them.
Yeah, to gatekeep. So then the men who are in high demand, literally, it's like they're at a buffet every day. So it's very hard to find.
But like a low-end buffet in most of occasions.
Yeah. Well, it depends on where you are. If you're in South Beach.
All right, let's watch a little more of his video.
And talk about, changing your ways and being a good person. And I try to make it all of a polished video. And that's not what this is, because I'm tired. And we want to all act like it's not a problem. We want to all act like this is just normal. The ghosting and the love bombing and the, faking it and partying and the apps and messaging and texting and then falling off the face. Like, it's exhausting, for people like me who believe love conquers all. Like, to me, love is the only drug you need. You find yourself depleted. In this community, it's very easy to feel that it's never going to happen. Like, you are never going to make it to the finish line. And I just don't know where we all went left. I genuinely don't know where we all went left, where this has just become our norm. This is just how we work. Even when you meet someone that you really, really like and you believe that this is going to be something, what do we all say? But I don't want to jinx it. He's great, but I don't want to get my hopes up. Because we're waiting for the ball to drop. We're waiting for something to happen. We're waiting for them to ghost us. We're waiting for them to never text again. Or even when you start dating and then months later you find misalignment, or you find that they're not exactly who you thought that they were. I mean, it's just, I don't know what we have to do to change this.
I think a lot of his complaints are just with dating in general, specifically when you're young.
I hear not that dissimilar things from young straight people as well.
Yeah, I just think gay people mature a little bit later because they don't have like a biological time clock.
And
also,
some of them have delayed adolescence.
Yeah, because they don't come out until they're like 25. So I think we feel a lot of pressure to settle down early because everybody wants to. But like, this is kind of just a part of dating, waiting for the ball to drop, getting your heart broken, like, I don't know. I mean,
and some of the things like love bombing and ghosting, those are pervasive.
Yeah,
just in general. But I don't get what's this is so offensive to people. Like, people were mocking him.
It's literally because of the way he looks.
Just because he's hot.
They're mocking a hot person who's upset about dating because they can't imagine that you would have any problem dating, which is just like stupid. But I mean, I guess it's just what they do. I don't know. There is something to be said about like the gay community building habits that aren't conducive to wanting monogamy, if that's your end goal, or you wanting to like build that steady relationship. Like if you're hooking up all the time, like that is a drug in and of itself. And you're not really built, like you're building habits psychologically that will not correlate with the relationship that you think you want.
Yeah.
So I think they chase after the relationship, and then when they get it, they're like, oh wait, I don't know if I want this, even though they think they want it because ideally that's what they think they want, but they've built all of these habits that don't contribute to it. I'm thinking about how
Close your legs.
yeah, close your legs. I mean, maybe open them every once in a while, but maybe just close them a little less. No, I was thinking about
the funniest Candace Owens clip is when she says she's going to open a
open up a
clinic
hoe
for
clinic.
hoes.
Yeah, I literally just saw that this morning, actually. But I was thinking about the guy that I was seeing before the guy that I'm going to tell the story about.
OT.
Yeah, the guy that I was seeing before.
You're just going to make me edit this out later.
No, I'm not. This is
Okay.
fine. I'm not going to say his name. The guy that I was seeing before that I'm seeing now told me because we like went to coffee because he wanted closure, and he basically said like because we didn't work because he didn't know if he wanted monogamy.
And you were not about to be in that open relationship.
And I'm also not going to sit and wait for somebody to figure that out. Like I'm not going to do that. But then he was like, after I ended it with him, he basically told me I didn't realize that I could be enough for somebody because for so long I just never felt like that. And then until I met you, I realized what I wanted and that monogamy was even possible and that somebody would be satisfied with me. So I feel like there's a lot of habits. Yeah. That like contribute to the mindset of that a lot of gays carry into their relationships. But anyway, sorry, that's my
Let's watch
tangent
the
aside.
first video mocking this person.
Okay, yeah, let's get to the good stuff. I'll shut up.
At what point is enough going to be enough? I'm going to try my best not to cry during this video, but there's no promises because what I'm about to talk about is very powerful about something you've probably never thought about in your entire life: dating. These past couple of months, I've been in 2 situationships, and I know this is going to be shocking, but they were with men, not women. But I'm just tired of being vulnerable. I'm tired of being curious. I'm tired of being passionate. I'm tired of being somebody's silly little rabbit just for it to end up like this every single time. See,
Wait,
I'm sorry, I tried. I'm tired of this community and what's wrong with it. I'm tired of everybody valuing social media and partying when they should be valuing building blocks, Legos, and love. Legos, love, building. That's what I want to be doing. And I get on these. You're not going to find them on the apps. You're not going to find your Bob the Builder on the apps. I get on there. I get on Grindr. I get on Sniffies looking for the one that I'm going to bring home to Mama and Meemaw. And no, it just ends with ghosting and love bombing and restraining orders and having to give back the key that you made, even though the last couple of weeks had been so perfect. So like, why wouldn't you have wanted a key to his apartment? But apparently no, I have to give it back and I have to stay 500 feet away.
Sounds like me.
For whatever reason. And I'm sick of it. I am sick of it. And I'm not knocking open relationships either because I've been kicked out of a couple and they're fine. But, you know, where's the happiness? There's no Legos in there either. And I'm over it. And I know that you look at me and you think, oh, his perfect social media, his perfect chiseled body. And it's like, yeah. And if it can happen to me, I can imagine how it's happening to you normals. And I'm so over it. When am I going to be taken seriously? When am I going to stop being objectified? When is somebody going to want something more out of me than just social media and chiseled muscles? I just don't understand it, and it's not fair. We have to do better, y'all. And we've got to fix this. Now. Nobody wants to love me.
He kind of ate him up.
He's funny. I mean,
because he made a couple good points. The guy did take himself way too seriously in the original video, where he's like,
yeah,
I want somebody to build Bob the Builder. Like,
okay, but when you're like
dramatic.
really upset,
but he was dramatic.
I just feel like I would be dramatic like that.
That
so I
doesn't
can't
make it right, though.
Yeah, but it makes it authentic.
Okay, Hitler was authentic.
Okay, what? So you're comparing that guy to Hitler?
No, I'm comparing you to Hitler,
okay.
actually.
In Clarkistan, people do not get for their religious affiliation.
Just for being ugly.
Just for being ugly. I mean, look, it's funny. I think that you should be able to laugh at yourself. If I was that guy, I would laugh at his video because it's funny.
I've been kicked out of a few open relationships.
It's so funny because you know it's true. Like, you know that half of these guys have been like the third in a relationship.
And the point also about how I went on Grindr and Sniffies and all I wanted to do was hook up.
Right.
I was looking for the one.
Yeah. I mean, there's something to be said about all of that, but I don't think that...
But this didn't feel like mean-spirited mockery. This felt just like memery.
It's just like a funny situation. I don't know. Like, you should be able to make a joke about things.
But the other dude was like your fave.
Oh, yeah. Of course
Should we go to him?
He's malicious. Yeah, let's just go to him before I start going in on this.
Well, we need a nickname for him. Crusted?
No.
Busted?
I do think of like a type of crust, but I think we have to be specific in the type of crust that he is. So I'm thinking like eye crust.
Yeah,
that's what he reminds me of a little bit.
I sat next to a guy.
Maybe like a wet pool booger. You know? No, because those aren't crusted, those are wet. So maybe like a dried up wet pool booger. I keep saying burger because I'm hungry. That was in your beard.
We should DoorDash.
And then it dried. But we should just call him eye crust. What, we want to DoorDash food?
Yeah.
Are you hungry?
Are we allowed to DoorDash?
Okay, let's just
okay, let's watch
eye crust.
Let's watch Crusty.
No, eye crust.
I like Crusty.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna call him eye crust.
Imagine your nickname being Crusty and eye crust. Like if my option...
And it has nothing to do with his looks. It has everything to do with his personality.
I'm sorry. Stop the cap.
I am behind the white background.
Stop the cap. It absolutely has something to do with his
because
looks.
The thing is like if he fixed his attitude, maybe like shaved the beard, got a workout in, I don't think he'd be an ugly guy.
I don't think I have ever been this tired of dating. And I'm going to try to get through this without crying.
Well, I totally understand this creator and see where it's coming from. Sometimes I have a hard time trusting conventionally right, attractive men, saying, oh, we're so lonely in the gay community. Because y'all have the cream of the crop. Y'all have literally the most privilege. You're the majority. And when I see some of them complain about, being in the gay community and how lonely they are, it's like, girl, y'all literally built this for yourself. Y'all built this system where it's hard to date because you expect everybody to have the standard of worshiping men 99% of the time. Also, it's not just white gays' fault, but y'all perpetuate a lot of these stereotypes that, the gay community ends up acquiring. And of course, I'm not saying that this creator does it, but when I see other conventionally attractive men in the gay community complain about how lonely it is, I'm like, and who set that system up? Who set that system up? They expect the entire gay community to bend at their will and bend at their whim, but then it's just like them. They're like, no, I still want to date my copy. I still want to date my carbon copy. Okay, parent trapped hole. What are we doing here, girl? But yeah, I get his anger and frustration, but I have a hard time believing certain conventionally attractive men, especially if they're talking about how hard it is dating in the gay community. Because, girl, what are we really doing here?
So he's just so obsessed with white men. It's so annoying. I hate this idea that white men can't complain because their kind set that system up. That's I'm an individual. I have no culpability.
It's also
not really true, but
it's not white people, it's men.
Yeah.
You're missing the actual point. It's men that have set this system
he's
up.
literally just I agree with a lot of the complaints, but I just can't hear a white person
as if he's not part of the problem.
And as if he's not obsessed with white men's sexuality.
He's literally
That's
saying
literally his only brand.
His whole thing is oh, well, you guys just want hot guys to fawn over you. You created this. You set the standard in the gay community. It's you're the one setting the standard that everything is based off of looks by judging this guy entirely just because he's hot. You're the one who is contributing to this so-called system, and you're not white. So maybe it's a male thing. When you see a hot guy and you feel inferior, or if you are hot and you feel above, eye crust, and you feel above someone, that's just social hierarchy in humans, specifically in males. I don't know. I don't know how you can be this stupid.
What were you going to say?
I was stupid. I just felt like that was kind of mean. I also have my notes here.
What do your notes say? This is male.
Dating isn't all about looks.
Okay, but I agree, but you're not the best messenger for this message.
No, finding a partner is a lot about looks, but it not working out is more about the internal of a person rather than the looks of them.
I agree.
So to assume that hot people have it easier and aren't going to go through the same problems that people
they
who
probably
are
have
not.
an easier time hooking up.
Yeah, or an easier time finding more prospects.
dating.
But when the minute you start dating someone, you're dating one person and you become emotionally invested and you're going to go through the same problems that anybody does, specifically if it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, final thoughts on the gay Twitter drama of the week.
I don't know. I just feel like everybody hates hot people.
You're just so aggrieved and victimized, huh?
Are you calling me hot?
I'm saying that you think you are.
I never said that. I just said everybody hates hot people, and Brad automatically made it about me. So I'll take the compliment where I can get it.
All right. Well, I want to compliment our members by showing our love for them by responding to their comments.
I want to fight them.
The first one did threaten us with a lawsuit, kinda.
What? Are we finally getting the lawsuit we've been craving?
Bro, we would make such content out of a lawsuit.
I know.
Sue me. Actually, we're going to talk about the hostage later, and I feel like if we keep talking about them, they might sue us.
Oh, they're back?
Yeah, it's worse.
Okay.
Because the best way to convince us that you're not a hostage is to make a video about
saying we're not a hostage.
To make a video saying Stockholm syndrome is not real, guys.
Oh my God. Okay. So we'll do that's coming in a few days.
Our producer is going to join the chat and listen and read us our comments.
That's a long one.
This is from Dislabeled Dolly Diva. Making fun of Clarkson for his quote-unquote time blindness and or lack of executive function is ableist. Brad, he has a diagnosed case of ADHD.
Pause. She said you have a lack of executive function. She said I have a lack
of executive function? That's crazy.
She ate you up? But I'm the ableist.
But I do not identify with your community, okay? I do not have a lack of whatever executive dysfunction. Maybe I do.
There's more.
Okay.
It gets into some Trump capitalization here. These symptoms may be a manifestation of his qualified disability under the Americans with Disabilities Act, which makes Clark part of the disability community and protected class of citizen under the act. And she gives the date.
But
I'm disabled?
She's dead ass. This bitch is saying that because I'm ableist to him, I'm like violating the ADA.
But I thought I was the ableist one.
Well, we both are, but you're allowed to be ableist because you have a diagnosis.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But don't worry, she progresses to coming back to Clarkson, making fun of the disabled community. So this isn't all positive about Clarkson.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
Good. I need some haters.
This is why neither of you should make fun of disabled models who are working, by the way.
Oh my God,
Isn't that what you want?
It's because we laughed at the bitch in the wheelchair.
The disabled model. Really? Okay.
Also, we didn't really laugh at her. We laughed at the situation.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, you're not going to convince me that's not funny. Just like two midgets fighting each other will always be hilarious.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Next, we're calling out Brad. IMO Brad needs to stop self-IDing as having a touch of the tism and get an actual diagnosis. It would lend more credibility to your critique of the disabled population if you both got rid of your own internalized ableism.
Oh my God. Girl, you are not long for this.
Okay, first of all,
the door is there, the broken door.
You don't know what the we have internalized. It's a lot of but it ain't ableism.
But also, I hate this idea that like, oh, well, your critique would be stronger if you had a diagnosis. It's the same. This is like the woke thinking of like, you can speak on that because no, it's the same critique.
Is it logically sound?
Right. If you copy and pasted it and put it out of the mind of the mouth of that friggin' disabled person,
correct,
it would still be the same argument with the same logic or lack thereof. This is positionality.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
And
wake up.
Basically,
we're arguing with the
for me to explain this in a disabled way, since Brad's not disabled and I'm dumb, apparently. Not that all disabled people are dumb, but apparently I lack executive function. What he's saying is an immutable characteristic doesn't make your point stronger just by having it.
But also, to be clear, like I would say be nice, but she already said she canceled her membership, so who cares?
Oh, yeah. I mean, she's been kind of going ham in the comments for a while.
But you know what? We support that for you, Diva.
No,
we just are going to eat you
I remember
up.
she said she had a crush on me a few videos back.
Wow, that was ship sailed.
I think that this is a scorned lover. And I'm so sorry. But
now she thinks you lack executive function.
I lack it. Well, that's probably why she was attracted to me.
Yeah.
That's okay.
All right. Okay. Next comment.
This one's much sweeter. So Dixie Chick 1765. A few questions for you two. Do y'all consider each other to be some of your closest friends?
Yeah, I don't think we have many friends.
So
I don't think it's really a choice for us to identify.
I was going to say, we've been friends for like a little over a year.
Yeah.
And I would already say I would put you in my top 3 best friends.
Yeah. And I think this helps because we just like kind of this is really just us yapping. Like
It's not that different.
It's really not that different. Also, producer over there, I would consider as well because yeah,
Aw.
we have a group chat where I just kind of
And they
talk
like
about
get
all my
along a little
problems.
better
Yeah.
without me because I tism.
Yeah,
We're like Clarkson's emotional support animals.
yeah,
And he's like our source of drama and entertainment.
Yes.
yeah. No, but last week I don't want to get sappy, but last week I was going through a hard time and I leaned on them a lot, so
Aw.
that was very sweet. But yes,
Okay, next question.
Do you think that if Normal Gaze ended, y'all would still stay close friends?
I
Yeah,
think so.
yes,
Yeah.
And then how is the other person?
I don't know. We got the money.
Oh.
It's like, what's the point?
Just kidding.
How has the other person changed your life since starting Normal Gaze
Oh my
together? Wow,
God,
this is
you're
very
getting
deep
sappy.
question.
Now I'm probably gonna go on Reddit.
Yeah. Brad's gonna get snatched.
You have a lot more money.
Yeah, I have a
coming
lot.
in your life.
Honestly, I'll be honest. I'll be honest. Yeah, I do lack executive function.
Oh!
No, I don't have the structure with my creativity that Brad has, and I think that having them has helped me a lot with like my
I'm the
brand
slave
and stuff.
master.
Yeah,
Get
like
to work.
I know, like you'll know on my personal YouTube channel, I barely post, but like this has been nice to be able to rely on them to do the parts that
And to
I
like
don't
a
do.
set schedule. And
Yeah.
it's like not just because when it's just up in the air.
because
it's
I
hard
lack
to
executive
motivate.
function.
And you,
But that actually is true. Like I have very bad ADD. Like it's.
I know
that sh-
you qualify under the Americans
I know
Disability
that
Act.
shit is chronic. Like it's really bad. But
Okay.
anyways,
And Brad is funny, but really to make this podcast work,
What, you don't think I'm entertaining enough?
you're entertaining, but the
Yeah.
true laughs typically do
and
come.
I think that comedy has to flow freely, so that's why I try not to put myself in on such a set schedule. But there's a catch-22.
But maybe the schedule could be a little
It
more
could be
set.
a little. There's a healthy balance.
And I feel
Yeah.
like we're a little off balance at the
You think
moment.
so?
Well, the last 2 weeks you've been posting.
I
Yeah,
already have
good for
another
you.
YouTube channel scripted or
Oh.
YouTube video scripted.
Okay, Brad, how has Clarkson changed your life?
I already said he's gonna motivate my looks maxing.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And
I
he's-
also think that Brad's
Thankful.
gotten out of his shell a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
just-
for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People
and
comment.
you've been like
people
more
comment all
open
the
with
time,
like
yeah.
actually being yourself.
That's true. You gave me that advice, and you've encouraged that to show more of me and not just my work.
Yeah.
And I think that's good advice. And I'm not quite as ready to show as much as you show.
I don't know if he'll ever be.
Oh, I mean, okay.
The next one is, did you see the furry post of Brad on the subreddit?
Oh my God.
There's a furry post of you on the subreddit. I can't. At least my phone gets a hotspot.
Okay, I'll look it up on the computer. No, I guess you can tell by our reaction we did not see it. What do you think? Somebody just made AI art of me as a
Probably.
furry? What? What is
What
that?
is
That's
that?
me anime? Brad's anime look-alike. Okay. Feeling like Clarkson can really be cam coded with the fat dude from Modern Family. He means
Yeah.
the funniness,
Yeah.
not the fatness.
If an accident does happen, I hope he kills me. Because I don't think I would be a very inspiring disabled person.
That's your
Well, Cam
minus.
is secretly
obviously.
straight, so that checks out.
I'm not seeing any furry art.
Yeah, me either.
I'm just seeing the drawings. He's kind of daddy. It's the banana
Banana
dude.
Nito. Yeah, he kind of.
He kind of was daddy.
He
though.
is. In all the Fruit AI videos, he actually is always the player. It's very weird.
So check out the Normal Gaze subreddit and be
Yeah.
a part of the community.
Oh, actually, what we want you to do, you can do that too, but we want you to go spam our Spotify.
Oh yeah.
Go
yeah.
rate our podcast on Spotify. Give us a positive rating. And
Even if you don't listen to it,
yeah,
there,
even if you're going to keep watching on YouTube, that's fine. But just go.
it really helps.
Okay. One more comment.
Love you guys both, but one thing I've been dying to ask for the Q&A, Clarkson, are you on Ozempic or any type of weight loss medication? You look
Oh.
really good. I've just noticed you've been
Stop
losing
gassing
weight
him
pretty
on.
fast lately.
I actually responded back to this comment
Oh,
earlier.
did you?
But I am on a GLP that I do not recommend you get on because I am not a doctor.
And it's not legal
I am in the clinical trials.
without the clinic or the trial part.
It is trial.
It's like trial and error.
But I'm on a micro dose of it. I take a very small amount because I still have to maintain my weight. It's just leaned me out a lot. And I accidentally took too much when I first started and turned into a cancer patient for
And I yelled at him.
yeah, for like 2 weeks. And I had to get like an IV doctor to come in and give me fluids because I couldn't stomach water. It was very bad. So make sure you do all of this under the supervision of a health professional.
And don't just buy it from a dude at your gym. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Normal Gays podcast. We love you all. Do consider becoming a channel member and drop your comments or questions or feedback in the comments. And if you're a member, we might read it on a future episode. But regardless, thank you for being here. And we'll be back with more real soon.